At the beginning of the movie, a news report announces that 7 college students have been murdered. When a detective is interviewed, he reveals that all these murders took place during a college concert. The story begins with a very kind-hearted girl, someone who was always ready to help others and was full of life. She had no enemies, yet one day, she was mysteriously murdered. The scene then shifts to 2 years later. A girl named Sarah messages all her friends, asking them to plan a trip together. Some agree, while others hesitate. Eventually, a friend visits Sarah's house, marking the start of their trip. They set off in a car, picking up friends along the way. Each friend brings something to eat, and one of them, a vlogger, records everything. However, a large, angry man starts chasing him, seemingly determined to catch and hurt him after catching him sleeping with his wife. The vlogger quickly jumps into the car, urging his friends to start the engine, and they speed away, leaving behind one of their friends in the process. As they continue their journey, they enjoy themselves in the car. Suddenly, their tire gets punctured, almost causing an accident. A passing police officer stops to help. 2 of the boys, who have drugs on them, panic and desperately search for a place to hide them. The officer informs them that their car won't be fixed until the next day and suggests they return home. The group, having traveled so far, refuses. During the conversation, the hidden drugs fall out, exposing their secret. With no choice but to stay overnight, they begin searching for a nearby place to stay. The officer offers to drop them off at a good location, and they agree. She drives them to a massive, beautiful house and leaves them there. As they step inside, one of the girls immediately feels uneasy, sensing something strange about the house. They notice a locked room and a TV that keeps playing the same channel. What they don't know is that hidden cameras are placed all over the house, even in the kitchen and bathroom. The vlogger continues filming everything and posting videos online. One of their friends, high on drugs, wanders into the forest. Under the influence, he sees a squirrel and imagines it's talking to him. Suddenly, a masked man attacks him from behind and drags him into a torture chamber. The man torments him while showing him live footage of his friends in the house. He then forces a liquid into the victim's stomach until it swells up and bursts, killing him gruesomely. Meanwhile, the rest of the group remains unaware of their friend's disappearance, still lost in their fun. 2 of them start fooling around when the masked man appears, but a girl spots him. The moment she tries to alert the others, he vanishes. Realizing something is wrong, she gathers everyone and shows them the recorded videos on her phone. In one of the clips, they see the masked man lurking. Some suspect that he could be one of them. Suddenly, a message pops up on the phone, accompanied by a picture of a girl. The message reads, "You will all pay for what you did to her." One of the girls becomes furious and starts blaming Sarah, insisting that they are in this mess because of her. Sarah, in her defense, shows the threatening messages she has also received and argues that if she were involved, she wouldn't be getting these messages herself. Tension builds up as the group realizes they are trapped in a nightmare. One of their friends breaks down, sobbing uncontrollably. Another recalls an incident where a girl was shot and a house burned down with her still inside. The sobbing girl then cries out, "But what's our fault in all this?" The police said she committed suicide. Shockingly, the dead girl was once their friend. Panic spreads, and 2 of the girls start arguing. In frustration, one of them yells, "I can't stay here anymore. I want to leave right now. I refuse to stay with crazy people like you." Sarah goes to convince her friend, telling her that it's too late at night and she shouldn't leave now. But her friend insists, "No, I have to go right now." Seeing her determination, Sarah replies, "Fine, do as you wish." As soon as the girl steps out of the house, she notices a car approaching. She assumes someone has come to help her, but to her horror, it's the masked man. He grabs her and takes her away. Meanwhile, inside the house, one of the girls realizes that her precious necklace is missing. She approaches her friends to ask about it, but both boys deny having it. However, after she leaves, one of them smirks and pulls out the necklace, showing it to the other boy, saying, "She's already a little crazy. It'll be fun messing with her." On the other hand, the masked man takes the captured girl to the torture chamber, just like the previous victim. He pours boiling water over her, burning her alive. Another friend was on his way to join the group, while the remaining friends inside the house start getting into minor arguments. Sarah gets upset and storms off to her room. Little did they know, the masked man was still watching them through hidden cameras. Soon, the masked man finds the vlogger friend and brutally beats him to death with a club, right inside the house. Meanwhile, the friend who was still on his way finally arrives. As he steps near the house and opens the door, he is horrified to see blood splattered everywhere. He lets out a terrified scream. Hearing his screams, the rest of the friends, including Sarah, rush to the scene. Panic sets in. Suddenly, they hear loud, eerie laughter echoing through the house. They follow the sound, leading them to a hidden room with a large screen. On the screen, the masked man is watching them. A video starts playing. It's the footage of the girl who burned to death at the beginning of the movie. Two of their friends finally break down and confess that they were the ones who pushed the girl to her death. One day, while partying, they leaked her private pictures and videos online, humiliating her completely. Overcome with shame, she ended her life by shooting herself in the head. To cover up their crime, they set her house on fire, making it look like an accident. Now, only 4 of them remained. The girl responsible for it all started crying, saying, "This was my mistake." But Sarah coldly responds, "It's too late now." Sarah suddenly notices something. A series of photos of their group, each one labeled with their worst trait. The masked man had been killing them in a way that matched their sins. Fear grips them. As they desperately look for a way out, they enter another room, only to find the mutilated bodies of their friends who had been killed earlier. Before they can react, the masked man appears. They all scramble to hide, but he finds one of them, brutally killing him with an axe, eventually decapitating him. Now, only 3 remain. The masked man hunts them down, catching another friend. He mercilessly stabs a knife into his eye and then rips his body apart. Only Sarah and one other friend are left. The masked man attacks, but Sarah's friend gathers the courage to fight back. In the struggle, she manages to rip off the masked man's disguise, revealing that it's none other than the lady officer who had dropped them at this house. Shocked, Sarah's friend demands, "Why did you kill our friends? What did they do to you?" But before the officer can answer, Sarah suddenly attacks her own friend. In disbelief, her friend asks, "Why are you doing this?" Sarah's expression turns cold as she replies that when they killed her best friend, she was left all alone in the world with no reason to live. One day, when she was about to end her own life, this woman saved her. Saying this, Sarah mercilessly slashes her friend's throat. Sarah had planned everything with the lady officer, carefully executing their scheme. After disposing of all the bodies, they pretended to be devastated and even called the police, successfully covering their tracks. Now, the lady officer had become Sarah's best friend. However, she was still puzzled about one thing. She asked Sarah, "There's something I don't understand. When your friend was burning, you all stood outside, watching. But if all of you were there, then who recorded that video?" Hearing this, Sarah panicked and tried to leave, but as the officer kept pressing for answers, she finally broke down and confessed that her best friend had figured out how wicked she truly was and was coming to confront her about it, so she killed her first, revealing it wasn't suicide. She was the one who killed her. Meanwhile, a detective, who had been investigating the case, found a video on a mobile phone. The footage clearly showed the lady officer murdering people. Realizing the truth, the detective rushed outside. The moment he stepped out, he saw the lady officer holding a gun. He immediately assumed she was about to kill Sarah. At that moment, Sarah played along, pretending to be in danger. Seeing this, the detective shot and killed the lady officer. With the real culprit eliminated, Sarah once again escaped justice. Smirking, she muttered, "I got rid of all my friends." But the story wasn't over yet. A while later, Sarah received a call from an unknown number. A mysterious voice on the other end whispered, "I make sure to kill everyone who knows about me." At that moment, Sarah realized that her time was running out. And with that, the movie ends.